Greetings, this is me again, Zahra Jawad. Uh, in one of my live streams, I made a mistake. So I've come here to say that I'm going to retire because I don't know, I make mistakes. Good news for the Muslims. No, no. I'm also deet है ना वो उर्दू में stubborn, determined, नहीं, shameless. I have no shame. Jai Gurudev. Shri Shri. I heard Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji say that. I hope I haven't made a mistake in that I saw him in my dream and or something. If that's a mistake, he didn't say that, and so what can we be sure of? Nothing. So I've come here. You may think, okay, I've made a fool out of myself and not a good person, reliable in any way in life. So you may leave me, but I've come to confess that I've made a mistake. Allah's name is not, there is Rafiq, but the protecting name that I used to use for myself was Ya Raqib, and not Rafiq. Rafiq means intimate friend. So remember when I was talking about the companions, these martyrs, to be with them, what a great, they are the best companions, intimate friends, whatever the Quran verse says. So I have these impediments, and also I wanted to be in isolation. Uh, I didn't want to be known. I wanted to just pass by this world unknown. Unfortunately, it didn't happen this way. So sharing with you my whatever I find, and online also you can see, but I will be making mistakes because I'm not perfect, and I'm after all also susceptible. I was in to mental illness. My fear came true, and all this, and I have this that you know maybe you could say that because of uh, my bloodline, or I inherited the madness. So I have schizophrenia, and I think it's due to black magic or something. Maybe it's due to the unconscious. Recently, I was going through Dr. Susan Shumsky's videos on YouTube, and I realized that one thing in my life I did long time ago was that unconsciously I separated myself, which at that time was coming to me. Whether there were, I thought, friend of ex-friends saying that enemies coming, and they're saying all this misunderstanding about the relationship, whether the doctor of therapy. Uh, the psychologist in Karachi American School. All that was a setup because unconsciously I wanted to leave the teacher, and I didn't have the courage to leave the teacher, didn't have the heart to leave her. So unconsciously, I at that time it came to me that I had done all this so that a friend would become an enemy, and uh, things like have some curses coming that may you separate from your teacher. So the curse came unconsciously that I should take charge of my life. And but how, like wondering how I can take charge of my life when unconsciously something very deep inside was telling me that I should separate from my teacher, but consciously I didn't want to. So it took a tragedy, it took a very big tragedy to get this whole thing, and so no one to blame. And then the unconscious, the subconscious is in charge of all this. I don't know, but something went in the subconscious. This I knew a long time ago, 1983, 82, 83. So, excuse me. So, what do you think? I made a mistake. Do you have any suggestions that I should leave this? So, the name of Allah that I made a mistake on was not Rafiq, the Rafiq thing that I made a mistake on. It was Raqib. And here I am confessing. You can see. And here, you can't see me, but you can hear me. But if failures, I've through mistakes, trials, and errors, maybe I can learn. So, or maybe not. So, I don't promise anything. I don't promise anything. There are people who, okay, this I don't mean to defend myself and put the blame on those who are certain about their religion, certain about things. Okay, they are certain. That's good. Some, but as long as you don't, it's you don't say like it's this way or no other way. Like for example, in let's see if this is true, that there are many paths to one this God, let's say, right? Many paths to one God, and so Hariko, there was a saying in Urdu in Pakistan when I was there that "Dunne ko to Khuda bhi dunne se." Sorry, my Urdu is a little bit gone case. What was the exact or whatever? But I hope you get the point. Sometimes I talk to myself abstractly, make mistakes and all this. I'm not a perfect being, nowhere near a perfect being. I cannot say I'm a perfect being. So how do you find that perfect God? I don't know. So I'm in this failure state condition. And how will you trust me or follow me? But those following me, thank you very much subscribing, have subscribed to me. So trial and error we learn, I guess. And I said, if I make a mistake, even a small one, I will come live stream or make a video, right, of it. I couldn't make a video, so I've come live stream. ढूंढने से तो खुदा भी मिल जाता है, लेकिन पता नहीं अभी तक तो खुदा नहीं मिला है मुझे. But this was the saying. Now, whichever path you take, but the Quran path, the Islam path, was that no idol worshiping. So I tried to understand why. I went deeper into it. Now, another thing is, okay, I made a mistake, but the video uploaded by ex-Muslim, if I can say this, uh, an ex-Muslim, a whole video uploaded that there's a Muslim who says that another thing I want to talk about here is that there's a Muslim who says that no matter what, I will not leave this religion. So please then make it personal for yourselves, because if this is the case with you, no matter what, I will not leave. I don't want to go through I will not go through. I have faith. Whatever your reason may be, that you have faith in this religion, Islam, you can have faith in it, but remember, there are people and there are ayats in the Quran which say that use your reason and proof beyond reasonable or beyond doubt has come. Reasonable doubt is in common law, they say. So let's put it this way, proof has been given to you, so you're ignoring those ayats in the Quran. If you say, no matter what, I follow this faith. So, like in the Quran, it also says that part of the faith you're taking and part of the faith you're not taking. There's an ayat or something to this effect. I hope I have not made a mistake on that. Part of it they take, part of it they don't take. For example, part of faith is to believe in, for the Shia side, the imamat, to take the imamat as guides. In every era, a guide has to be with the Quran. So this is the Shia point of view. Now, it's very difficult for me to explain, and I'm not that eloquent and all this, but I try my best. I struggle, and I will be making mistakes. So if that is frustrating for you, I don't want to cause any more trouble to you. You may leave me, right? I don't want to cause any trouble or any frustrations. But here it is like this, my search for the truth, there will be trials and errors in this. I don't claim to be perfect in any way. And I have my condition, health condition, mental and physical. So, back to that point where if you are a Muslim and you say that you are holding on to this religion no matter what comes, no matter what, then know that those truth seekers who have, I wasn't going to leave this religion. I went into the Quran ayats to search deeper about Surah Azab, verse 37, which was problematic for me to accept, and things like that, right? So then I found other discrepancies and things. But remember, the Quran ayats do say that the idol worshippers have no evidence. They have been following their forefathers blindly. So, sorry, but if a Muslim says that no matter what, my forefather was Abraham of the monotheistic religion, the father of the monotheistic religion. So that was him, and I follow him and all the other monotheistic prophets, no matter what. I mean, this even according to Islam cannot be acceptable. If you get me, you know what I mean? Should not be acceptable because, but, anyways, that's your choice, that's your thing, that's your opinion. But according to Islam, you need to have proof beyond doubt that Prophet Muhammad is the seal of all prophets. Because if you read the Quran ayats on use your aql, use your intellect, also it says. Not only that the revelation has come and that's it, and maybe that ayat is there too, like you have to believe in Allah and Prophet Muhammad uh, and contemplate on the signs of Allah. Do you not see? Is there another creator like him? Things like that. So it asks you also to see the signs of Allah. Night turns into day. Who is the one who brings rain down? Allah does. So this way, if you say no matter what, then you know what you are doing. You are firstly getting those truth seekers into trouble because in this religion you cannot do this online research and trial and error and mistake like there are ulamas, religious ulamas. We let's say, for example, if a Sunni Muslim came to answer question me and tell me about my religion, it's wrong and all this, and when I'm not a religious scholar, I don't have full knowledge of the Quran. I didn't go for that doctorate, right? So I cannot say much. You will just see me quiet and listening to a Sunni Muslim against my Shia religion. I will not be able to say anything much. And then read the Quran. Oh, and then some ayats are coming. You see, just recently from Dr. Khalil Andani, I found out in English it came directly. Like it's implied. What is implied in Shia Islam? That you can call on the one for whom Allah has sent authority down. Other than Allah, like you can call on Muhammad, yeah, you can call on Rasulullah and Ali and all that. And they have done their research and known that you can even recite Naad Ali, call on Ali who works miracles apart from Allah. Right? Naad Ali, it goes like this, the translation in English. So this is there. Now, thing is that because of this religion being so hard on the idol worshippers, against them, unforgivable sin, uh, this and that, and not to say anything against Prophet Muhammad, to respect um, the to especially Prophet Muhammad. I mean, we Shias, like we could, say something against our imams, the and that is acceptable in the like private, right? Even I sometimes go into despair. So, but my moments believing Shias would tell me that this is kufr, to despair. Go into despair is kufr, disbelief. So they would try to help me and show me that this is, even this is like disbelief. If you are hopeless, you feel hopeless and helpless, that God has not come to my aid. You know, you feel like all the doors are closed, you feel suffocated. So you should say, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, for the sake of, and remember that verse in the Quran, for the sake of thy Lord, do thou endure patiently. But going into kufr and saying that God, oh, I don't know really, God's help has not come, feeling helplessness, that's kufr, disbelief. And so we private, you know, in my private life, my aunts or someone would say, don't do it, it's kufr. And so we have to give some kufara. If it's kufr, we're doing kufr, we're fined. We have to give kufara. So this, you see, and I come here not very prepared, not professional, I make mistakes. I hope you will understand, and understanding hearts we need more than, I think, believing hearts in Allah alone, one Allah. This is my opinion. And now I see everything differently. When I was a Muslim, Shia Muslim, not even considered a Muslim among my Muslims, I, this thing of killing, that, Haq, the reality is God. And so you must kill those who misguide you. I mean, or they kill themselves. Or if you don't believe in Prophet Muhammad, then go. If you think that Allah will not help him, then go. And not only believe, but that, you think Allah will not help Prophet Muhammad, then go and take a rope and like hang yourself. So we rejoice. We know that, oh, okay, we may not rejoice, but for us it was okay way back then as Muslim, but now an apostate. Way back then it was okay, you see, but now it doesn't make sense to me. And this I suffered. Okay, I don't want to too much talk about, but if I may, that now when I read this verse in Surah Baqarah, I was like in a shock. Surah Baqarah, verse, I mean, I've read it before, but now you can see my shock when I uploaded a video. I couldn't talk much, but so video is different. You can take breaks or, anyways, I was like, took me hours and my voice came out. But before, when I came across this verse now, recently, I was like, what in the world is this? Is my Lord, okay, on one, is my Lord so, like, what is he? Strict, cruel? No, but let's say now the Muslim side, please just hold your horses, right? Um, misguidance, misguidance. Can it not be that God could save anyone? Already there's so much shaitan outside. When the prophets we're told in this ayat, even when the prophets were saying something, shaitan cast things in their speech. Some say that the idol worshippers started to, disbelievers, sorry, the disbelievers started to make a sound and, not hear, but shaitan cast something in their speech. Like if, let's say, some say that it was like Prophet Muhammad wanted to say that your God is one God, and they were saying something like the disbelievers, there is no God, there is no God. No, no. Shaitan actually cast something in the speech. Some say this, okay. For me, some say that, so this ayat is very difficult. Some say this, some say that. This ayat, this other ayat, right, where shaitan, we're told in the Quran, it's stated that shaitan cast some things in the speech. So, okay, if you look at Surah Baqarah, verse 54, and recall when Moses said to his people, "O my people, indeed you have wronged yourselves by your taking of the calf for worship and God, like I just added, because of Surah Taha verses here. So repent to your Creator and kill yourselves. And Asahi International has added in brackets, i.e., the guilty among you. That is best for all of you in the sight of your Creator. In the sight of your Creator. You are. So I didn't know what to say. I was so shocked and I was so grieved. Then he accepted your repentance. Indeed, he is the accepting of repentance, the merciful. Kill yourselves. After killing yourselves, then he accepted your repentance. Slay yourselves. Then, I don't understand, sorry. Then he accepted your repentance. So you see, when I was a Shia reading this, it was different. When now it's become different. Like this God could have said, there are many ways. You can use idols to come to me. You can use anything. As long as inside of you, the heart, you sincerely want to come to me. You want to know me. What is wrong? What would be wrong in an idol? Your intention is that you are reaching God. Now the other ayat, when the prophet, whenever the prophets intended to say something, just please hang on. Whenever the prophets intended, shaitan cast. Let me just search it this way. Can't remember the exact verse. Exact wordings of the verse. I can't find it. Alleged that the prophet peace, the messenger of God said whenever, oh goodness, can't find it. Take his afternoon nap. Never we did send a prophet before thee, but he framed a desire. Here it is, Surah Hajj, I think. Yes, 22 chapter, yes. Recently I was reading Surah Hajj. So now I won't be able to see any comments here because I'm on this tab. So I've searched the ayat and the number is 52 of Surah Hajj. And we did not send before you any messengers or messenger or prophet except that when he spoke or recited, Satan threw into it some misunderstanding. But Allah abolishes that which Satan throws in. Then Allah makes precise his verses. And Allah is knowing and wise. From this ayat, what I gathered was not that the disbelievers were standing there and or saying, well, but that in their recitals, Satan came. Like they made a mistake. They started to, like, instead of, oh, there's one God, but you can worship Uzza, Lat. Manat, Lat. I always say Manat, sorry, huh? This is my conditioning. Manat. Manat, actually it's Manat. So, you see this? No, you don't see it. I'll have to show you here. Sorry, this is on archetypes. Wikipedia or something. I was searching for archetypes. Gods and goddesses. Okay, Surah Hajj, verse, what is the verse? 52. So that's why I'm also slow. Sorry, I can't be fast. I don't want to keep making mistakes. I'm not a religious scholar, and so I will be slow and I will be making mistakes. Again, I repeat myself, and I'll keep repeating because of my mental condition and panic struck and God knows what. And we did not send before you any messenger or prophet except that when he spoke or recited, Satan threw into it some misunderstanding. But Allah abolishes that which Satan throws in. Then Allah makes precise his verse. Okay, so maybe the disbelievers, some say the disbelievers. Let me see what the clarifying those issues which were misunderstood to remove any doubt. Oh, the disbelievers misunderstood. So there, here we have the Satan. We have a big, we have a great struggle. Oh, so in life, as Muslims, you also have a great struggle with Satan, right? No, no. Now Satan should not come, but he comes. He comes. Let me show you. No, no, here we are told in Surah Fusilat, seek refuge after Fusilat from the whispering. Seek refuge in Allah from the whisperings. And if there comes to you, so, and if there comes to you from Satan an evil suggestion, then seek refuge in Allah. Indeed, He is the hearing, the knowing. Now, evil is so that, we have no access to Prophet Muhammad saying, I mean, uh, Prophet Muhammad is martyred. Martyrs cannot be dead, according to Quran ayats. So Satan is still coming here. I want to know if I'm reincarnated or not. I feel it. No. Oh, seek refuge in Allah from this evil whispering of Shaitan. Samiri cast. Samiri, his soul suggested to him. So please, Prophet Muhammad, tell me, Allah, tell me. Allah can't talk to us, but we will have this communication with Allah, a communion, some kind of wahi, inspiration, something will come. And hearts have a tendency to go astray. We have a big challenge here. I had one when I was a Shia. And I was the kind of person, although not very religious or whatever I missed in all this, lacking. But if reincarnation was not in my religion, there's no way I will open a book on reincarnation. No way. There was no way. Even if the hypnotist told me anything, but when someone told me that I could be reincarnated, I thought, oh, then maybe it is in the Quran hidden. You see, if I didn't think like this, then I would have rejected that person's saying about me. So where is all this getting? Because humanity is suffering, we cannot tell between our intuitive, we can't trust in ourselves. What is the self that we can trust in? It's all conditioned. So, oh God, please thoroughly purify us. And then this verse came after, a very great verse that I found in London, reading the Quran, that those who say Allah is one or remain steadfast, the angels descend. Oh, where are the angels? All I see is like shaitan coming. And it's a fight against this attraction, this feeling, this passion. Oh, I'm reincarnated. And it's very, very challenging. Have you seen Somewhere in Time? It's very overwhelming. And of his signs are the night and day and the sun and moon. Do not prostrate to the sun or to the moon, but prostrate to Allah. Remember Surah Yusuf ayat. Okay, you do not prostrate to the sun, but the sun, moon, and the 11 planets or stars have prostrated to Hazrat Yusuf. He's seen in a dream. He tells his father, Hazrat Yaqub, oh my God. So, who created them? If it should be him that you worship. Sorry, excuse me, I'm turning funny now. If it is him that you serve. Oh, sorry. So, and if there comes to you from Satan an evil suggestion, then seek refuge. This is Surah Fussilat, not Hajj. Oh, sorry, excuse me. It's not Hajj. I can't cover it. And no one will be granted such goodness except those who exercise patience and self restraint, none but persons of the greatest good fortune. You see, your enemy will become your bosom friend, nor can goodness and evil be equal. Now I'm turning very, very funny. I'm very tired. Even though I've woken up recently with what is better. So back to my live chat. Any questions? Sorry if I miss any comments here. Oh, nor can goodness and evil be equal. Repel evil with what is better. This is what we used to believe in as a Shia. Then will he between whom and thee was hatred become as it were thy friend and intimate. So I asked a question at times, and when I was a Shia, I got the boldness to ask this question to Imam Hussein. Why could you not just save Yazid and Yazid's army? So the ayat came that, there's an ayat in the Quran that you will grieve tells Prophet Muhammad. Allah tells Prophet Muhammad that you will grieve yourself to death, they will not believe. And a stupid person like me, still grieving to death because you people, some of you people are not believing. And the world, people, oh people, what is wrong? I could have grieved myself to death. Grieved myself to death. Let me contemplate on that. I've gone in a reverie now. Block. Who is better in speech than one who calls to Allah, works righteousness, and says, I am of those who bow in Islam, a Muslimin. A hospital gift from one, I'm going up, hospital gift from one of forgiving, most merciful. So, what is wrong with us that we do not believe in this Quran when there are Muslims? And this ayat says, and who is better in speech than one who invites to Allah and does righteousness and says, indeed, I am of the Muslims. Like this friend of mine, she must be really, because her parents and all were, her mother was like a Qatar Sunni Muslim. Oh, where is my Shia friend going? I must save her with the best of speech, invite to Allah, and do righteousness from my own. So we are told in the majlises and all, in a mahram, parents, what is the best way for parents to discipline their children and make them come to this right path and all this, be good, good, good children. Second thing is your own example with your own righteousness, having no kind of no this thing contradictions in yourselves, in your actions. One thing you're doing is you're going to the clubs or you're going to drink sharab, intoxication, which is haram in Islam, as according to Surah Araf, verse 31 or 33. Can't remember exactly. All sin is haram. So you take the verse of the, okay. So anyways, the point I'm saying is whatever you go do adultery or and actually in Islam you don't have to go do adultery. If you're a Shia, you can do mutta. You can find a lady and say, I want to have temporary marriage with you. I fear that I will go into adultery. My wife is not with me, I'm traveling. So you don't have to do adultery. Anyways, your action has to be aligned. So the best way, not by hitting children or punishing them in cruel ways, but that you, let's say, if you are praying namaz and your children see you and they pray, so that is the best way, not by hitting children and all this. If they are, if they, your actions speak louder than words, and punishments and all this, we were told. Best way. I remember a majlis, mahram majlis, like that. Parents should be an example of what they want to teach to their children. Your actions should align with your uh, what you say and what you do, what you think. So, who is better? Here we're asked to invite in the best way to Allah, a hospitable, and there's this one, your enemy will become your bosom friend. So you want to turn your enemy into your friend. We angels were your allies in worldly life and are so in the hereafter. And you will have therein whatever your souls desire. So what is this? The one Allah. Those who say Allah is our Lord and then remain steadfast. Upon them descend angels. You see, upon human beings also angels descend. It's not like only Prophet Muhammad, Wahi Jibrail came. Do not fear nor grieve, and receive good tidings of paradise, which you were promised. This is in the world life now. In the case of those who say our Lord is Allah and further stand straight and steadfast, the angels descend on them from time to time. This is in this world. So if someone comes, but I've never heard a Muslim say an angel descended. It's always like jinns have come and this and that. So okay, the here is our Lord is Allah. Our Lord is Allah. We angels, we see God is using these intermediaries. God does not descend himself, we are told, but the angels will descend on us. We angels were your allies in worldly life, meaning believers. Sorry, not us, not me anymore, but the believers. Angels will descend upon who say this and remain steadfast. The angels were your allies in worldly life. See, worldly life too, please. And so in the hereafter. And you will have therein whatever your souls desire, and you will have therein whatever you request. As accommodation from a Lord who is forgiving and merciful. And who is better in speech than one who invites to Allah and does righteousness and says, indeed, I am of the Muslims. And not equal are the good deed and the bad. Repel evil by that deed which is better. And thereupon the one whom between you and him is enmity will become as though he was a devoted friend. So we want to make these enemies into friends. But none is granted that this, save one with great goodness. Right? My stomach is growling, making funny sounds. But none is granted it except those who are patient, and none is granted it except one having a great portion of good. And if there comes to you from Satan an evil suggestion, oh, now you have been steadfast. Angels are descending on you. I don't know why this verse is put after those great verses. And now what? When I was reading it in London, like, oh no, now comes Satan again. Sorry, and I keep moving this up and down. Sorry if it's hurting your eyes. This is the fidgety me, the restless me. Now angels are. Now Satan again comes with evil suggestions. Then seek refuge in Allah. Indeed, He is hearing the knowing. This is a constant battle. Yeah, so no comfort here, no rest. It's a struggle. Life is a battlefield. This is when I came. I came for this. I was in London when I came for vacation. I wrote a whole poem on life is a battlefield, opposite between opposites. Angels, Satan, this, that, and of his signs are the night and the day and the sun and moon. Do not prostrate to the sun or to the moon, but prostrate to Allah who created them, if it should be Him that you worship. So maybe this is enough for you. Some of these verses that you have chosen for you Muslims, it is enough that the Creator. Why do they? You don't prostrate to the sun, the moon. Don't prostrate to anyone. Maybe these verses are enough for you, but they are not. They were not enough for me. But if they are arrogant, then those who are near your Lord, i.e., the angels, exalt Him by night and by day, and they do not become weary. So we don't need you people. If you are arrogant and you want to bow to the moon, bow to the sun and the planets, the angels exalting. So, God doesn't need your prostration. It's not like God is jealous or possessive. It's just for the truth that God is doing this. And the signs is that you see the earth stilled, but when he sent down upon it rain, it quivers and grows. Indeed, he who has given it life is the giver of life to the dead. This could be a reincarnate, but no, no, my Shia Islam also doesn't say that. It says that what it means is life when in resurrection time, on the day of judgment. Indeed, he is over all things competent. So he doesn't need our worship. He's not giving us, telling us not to prostrate here and there. Indeed, those who inject deviation into our verses are not concealed from us. So is cast in fire better, or he who comes secure the day of resurrection? So indeed, those who disbelieve in the message after it has come to them, and indeed it is a mighty book. What else is there? Falsehood cannot approach it from before it or from behind it. It is a revelation from a Lord who is wise and praiseworthy. Falsehood cannot touch it. Nothing is said to you, O Muhammad, except what was, O Muhammad in bracket, except what was already said to the messengers before you. Your Lord is a possessor of forgiveness and a possessor of painful penalty. Falsehood does not touch this. And we have made it a foreign. Oh, okay, sorry, excuse me. And the deafness is in us and the blindness is in us. We do not see that falseness does not touch this Quran. No falsehood can approach it from before or behind it. It is sent down by one full of wisdom, worthy of all praise. Wow, amazing. Those who reject the message when it comes to them are not hidden from us. And indeed, it is a book of exalted power. Man took it. Rasulullah, only because it says in another ayat, what does it say? If I put it, if I had revealed it to a mountain, it would have crushed into pieces. So even though this Quran, excuse me, I have a hiccup. Oh, so where, so this is enough for you that falsehood cannot approach it. But these are not the only ayats in the Quran. And reflect and go. You think that we who left this at such a risk, I could have been house arrested. I don't know. Like, I can't go out, uh, things like that. So, because there could be some Muslim who's had a dream and like the Prophet Muhammad came and told me that I should kill her because she's doing this. This is not allowed. Kill her. Some of you may believe in that. Kill her. Kill the apostate. Some may say, wait, maybe our good behavior, somehow our prayers also may save her. Come back to this religion. And then I come back and say, I'm this thing. Because Muslims were really great with me. Even the Sunni Muslims have been great with me. So which Islam am I going to choose? Let's say the sheikh says here, stop, stop, don't kill her. You know, we are providing her, we will show her the best our behavior, right? Don't harm her. Now, our sheikh, my sheikh, Sharjah sheikh, they're Sunni Muslims. But at least, okay, she came back to Islam. No, no, it's either all or nothing for me. It's not that, at least, okay, I came to Islam and then what? Because many Muslims, no, how many Muslims say, how many are there Muslims who, anyone know? Please be honest with me, come upright, like Abraham upright, Hanif. Be upright with me. But Abraham used taqiyya at one time to break the idols and to test, to give them a lesson, idol worshippers. So be upright with me. How many of you Muslims, ISIS, come, Taliban, come, uh, come, all, come. How many of you? And who? Al Qaeda, come, come, come. How many of you Muslims think that Shias are not Muslims? So tell me, please, right? So, no, I'm searching for the truth in my religion also, since there are 72 jangling creeds. So, Father Hafiz says, Father Adam went astray, right? Oh, no, 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 no. What am I doing? So, this happening, we are looking at the scenery. Allah, Allah, Ahle Bayt go to scenery bhi nahi mili. Like they would not go out. So why should I look at the scenery? Oh, there was a time when I was a Shia. I became really like, Allah, uh, scenery. I don't know what happened to me. Ahle Bayt were exclusively devoted to Allah. They did not go out seeing sceneries and all this. So, Allah, please thoroughly pure. Now is the time. Show me this. Thoroughly purify you. Quran ayat. With a thorough purification. Surah Azab, verse 33. Okay, now we'll just forget for a moment what the Shias think. Thorough purification. No, no, why should we forget? We will take everything in. Sunnis say the Ummul Mumineen are in this verse included. Shias say only Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein, right? And abide in your houses and do not display yourselves. This is for the, now you'll say, what is, this is only for the wives, the women of Holy Prophet, and we believe in the Holy, as Shias. I used to believe that the daughter of Fatima, so we are, what are we? And remember what is recited in your houses, words. I can't figure out what actually am I trying to say. Indeed, the Muslim men and Muslim women believing, obedient. Anyways, there's this debate here about this, right? It is not for a believing man or a believing woman when Allah and His Messenger decided. So where did that verse go? 33. Acha, it's up here. And abide in your houses and do not. This is what do the Muslim, because they are having. I heard a long time ago that they were having debates on hijab. So is this exclusively for only the women of Prophet Muhammad? O consorts of the Prophet, you are not like any of the other women if you do fear Allah. Be not too complacent of speech, lest one in whose heart is a disease should be moved with a desire. We have problems in Sunni Shia about these verses. So that's why, and speak your speech that is just. So this verse later on 33. I was reading 32. And abide in your houses, and do not display yourselves, as was the display of the former times of ignorance. And establish prayer and give zakah and obey Allah and His Messenger. Allah intends only to remove from you the impurity of sin, O people of the Prophet's household, and to purify you with extensive purification. We were told as Shias that we uh, become like Fatima Zahra. So we are actually working, struggling to, so whatever the Sunnis tell us, we're not worried about that. Go on with your work. Fi sabilillah, fi sabilillah, right? We have to, we were concentrate just this, that am I a true Shia? And have I worked to be sincere in my religion and to become like Fatima Zahra? Not what here and there shaitan's whisperings are coming, from the Sunni people against us. This is how I saw it. And stay in your houses and do not go about displaying your allurements as in the former time of ignorance. Some say it's like adornments. But do not display but abide in your houses means, what did Bibi Fatima Zahra tell us as a Shia? What was the example she gave? She was abiding in her house. And then some Muslims come up with, oh God, Khadija al-Kubra was a great businesswoman. And this. One friend was telling me, yeah, tell me about it, yes. And you don't realize that Khadija al-Kubra was a pagan idol worshipper. But no, from your history books, she did not worship any gods. Okay, she was, if she wanted to worship a god, she could. If she didn't have to. But she was in that era, at least, right? In the pagan Arab idol worshipping era. She was in Makkah. She could worship what she wanted to worship. Waraka was there, her cousin. He could worship, he could be a Christian, and no one bothered him. Policies didn't bother him. That point also to be considered. So they all had their gods or no god, or Khadija al-Kubra could be an atheist. And you want me to settle with your only how you think, so limited is your thinking, that you don't even realize, you don't think like this, that Khadijatul Kubra, when she was a businesswoman, she was not a Muslim. Or maybe she was a Muslim according to what the verse you see. It is so broad, so broad. But now we are told that ayat has now come, abide in your houses. If Khadijatul Kubra was alive at this ayat's time, all of the Prophet's wives went into what? The houses. And so now abide in your houses. But remember also that he married Zainab bin Josh. And there's a that he went to Zaid's house and Zainab's. And we would be smacking our faces and, oh, God, what a Sunni hadith is this? Where does it come from? Right? How could the Sunnis give us? They wanted to mar Prophet Umayyad period, not the Sunnis. Please don't kill anyone. And I know the Shias are. I don't even have to say to the Shias, please and hard jod ke, put my hands together, because I know the Shias are not going to kill the Sunnis unless they have to protect themselves and they come and kill us, and we then kill the Sipai Sahiba leader in Karachi, Pakistan. Because they were saying that we're not going to stop killing the Shias. So someone just killed the Sipai Sahiba leader in Pakistan. See him? He was killed. Who was he? Azam. This one. Azam Tariq. I think he was killed. So assassination. Tariq was shot and killed in an attack on October 6, 2003, alongside Islamabad as he left the M2 motorway to enter the city. His funeral was led by Abdul Rashid Ghazi inside Lal Masjid. The assassination was part of a growing wave of violent incidents in Pakistan between the sectarian Sunni and the Shia Muslims. Violence peaked in July 2003 with the Quetta mosque attack and the massacre of more than 50 people. On May 11, 2017, the Federal Investigation Agency arrested a proclaimed offender after 13 years who murdered him. After 13 years who murdered him. Former ASWJ leader Maulana Azam Tariq's suspected murderer arrested from Islamabad airport. Sorry, I don't know if he's a Shia or who he was. But one Shia could have gotten up. Can you blame them? And killed him. So you see this happening in Pakistan. You want to hide this from us, but you could not hide it from me. And remembering these days where the Shias have been killed, I should be going out. I'm not afraid now. As a Shia, afraid for my father, for the Shias being killed like that, like they are toys in Pakistan. And how many of you Sunni Muslims remained quiet at that time? Am I blaming you? Because someone here will come and say, oh, you were blaming the Muslims. You see, this is regarding an incident in Pakistan. I'm blaming the Pakistani Sunni Muslims. Later on in some other live stream, some person claiming to be from Poland, but it didn't sound like a European. Because Europeans have never said, I want to drink your milk and touch you and all this. Sounded like a Pakistani. Sounded like Mickey Malik. Whatever I said here earlier, you won't know me. You think I'm a hypocrite. I've said Taliban come. Every case I take differently. So when I come here for peace, I'm not saying, because I know the Shias are not, didn't go out killing the Shia, the Sunni Muslims. Every Sunni Muslim they found, they started to kill them in Pakistan. We are the people of मदर गमखार का हम मातम किया है, उनके बेटे का हमने, हम मार्टर्स से हैं. We are the people of patience. सानी ज़हरा तुम्हें फिर भी दुआ देती है. हमारा एक नोहा है बहुत पुराना. सानी ज़हरा, Bibi Zainab, we were told like this. So we don't go killing. Sipahi Sahiba, Pakistan. And I know personally, I know one Shia. I've known his mother since childhood. I used to go to her place. Coca-Cola Wali, I used to call her, the Coca-Cola one. Her son was killed by this. And he said, the killer, that if you take me out of jail, I will kill every Shia. I will not stop. Was he from India an agent? Was he an agent of America? I went to his after your year majlis. Soyam, after year, in memory of that Shaheed, Hamshiri, Sadiq Hamshiri. So please open everything honestly in front of me and tell me. Because I know you cannot hide from me. Sadiq Hamshiri's murderer in Pakistan, Karachi, was from this group, Sipai Sahiba. Even Yusuf Zedi told me that Sipai Sahiba has a list of the great Shias who they want to assassinate, kill, and then get to the other ones. And tell me were they from America or Indian agents or Jewish. But you see, I don't go there in the Sunni live streams and say things. I would tell my Shias also, because we were told, Sabr, Ilahi. We are martyrs. Imam Sajjad prostrated in Karbala. Thank you, Allah, thank you for accepting our sacrifices. Who's going to tell me now? So when I talk about this, yes, I get very passionate, very hurt. But am I inciting any? सानी ज़हरा तुम्हें फिर भी दुआ देती है तुमने हर जुल्म किया शाम के रहने वालों तूने हर जुल्म किया ऐसे भी हम नहीं नोहा पढ़ते हैं हम नोहा जब पढ़ते हैं तो कैसा हमारा नोहा होता है किस टोन में होता है you know not like the way I said it सानी ये ज़हरा तुम्हें फिर भी दुआ देती है This is the way. This is how we were taught. But I'm not saying to any Shia, kill. I'm saying send them love, peace. I hope also I can do the same when you kill me. Or when I was waiting that there would be a bomb blast in Nishta Park or Karadar, where my father recites ziyarat. So it's a struggle, and yet, okay, so this passionate side, this grieving side, very, very sad side, but still we do not say go kill the Sunnis. I disagree with it completely. I say peace, choose the way of peace, and may God give us sabr when they've killed our fathers and our brothers. May God give me sabr. This was my prayer. Okay, so this, what else do I have to say today? Uh, so don't, come in another live stream that I've done. Say, no, no, what? Muslims are what? No, you have to look at the situation because the person was venting out. The one who is venting out here against the Muslims, right? Kill all Muslims, this, that, God knows what he was saying. And allegedly, he said he was from Poland. And all this, right? So, from Poland, yeah, sounded not like a European. So he was, you see, I have to look at all the situations, and even now when my feelings come up, I don't mean to say that kill Muslims. Peace is the way. Peace and leave it to God, right? Leave it to God. May God bring that forgiveness in my heart. What makes a Muslim kill a Shia? And say that he will get heaven. He will get 72 huris in paradise for killing one Shia. How many huris are you going to get? How many heavens are you going to get? God knows. How many Shias? If you kill, let's say, two Shias are 72 plus 72 huris, and then two heavens you will inherit. So this Sipai Sahiba came from India? Agent? Raw agent? So I'm not that naive, innocent. Innocent, I love innocence, but I'm not that naive that you think that you can, act very nice with me. See, we Shias we say, अब तक मैं भूली नहीं बाजार के मंजर को और अपने खुले सर को, Bibi Zainab. But still, Bibi Zainab was told by Imam Hussein, I was told by my father, not to curse these people. Imam Hussein changed his grandfather's religion, that means. Because it becomes necessary in Surah Mumtahana, we are told, that if they had to, Imam Hussein left Medina, right? So even if you take this, how is it that Imam Hussein, tell me, now Shias tell me, Mumtahana, is it Ashura day? What day is it in London and everywhere? 9th or 10th? I don't know. I have not been following much recent. I keep forgetting also. The last time I knew it was the 7th or some Muharram. Let's see Islamic date today. Sorry, Shias. And I've been sharing some. If I've been sharing 10th Muharram, it's Ashura. Is it Ashura? Oh. So let's see. See, if those who do not, oh, you have believed, do not take my enemies and your enemies as allies, extending to them affection while they have disbelieved in what came to you of the truth, having driven out the Prophet and yourselves, because you believe in Allah, your Lord, and Prophet Muhammad. If you have come out for jihad in my cause and seeking means to my approval, you confide to them affection, but I am most knowing of what you have concealed and what you have declared. And whoever does it among you has certainly strayed from the soundness of the way. Now, the Shias have done research and seen that Hazrat Abu Bakr, Umar, Hazrat Umar, Umar bin Khattab, all were friends of Abu Sufyan. At that time, idol, you know, if they gain dominance over you, they would be to you as enemies, and extend against you their hands and their tongues. So here, peace is which verse? Never will your relatives, and Abraham and his people said that we disassociate from you, from whatever you worship other than Allah. So I'll miss the point here. But our Lord, make us not objects of torment for the disbelievers. And then there has certainly been for you and them an excellent pattern. And here, Imam Hussein, we are told, did something in Karbala. Perhaps Allah will put between you and those to whom you have been enemies, among them affection. Maybe Sunnis look at this verse and say, no, Abu Bakr and Umar were forgiven. Recently, a Shia alim has proclaimed that these four Rashiduns, or three of them, we should not say anything against the Sahabas in Iran. They house arrested him. Poor guy. I mean, this is what you do. Iran also, Shias. They house arrested this alim. And he's talking in Arabic or Farsi. I could not understand in the video I saw on YouTube. But I could only understand, they've written something like house arrested because he said that don't say anything bad to the Sahabas, even of Prophet Muhammad. Something to this effect. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But he's house arrested in Iran. I mean, that poor guy for this religion, just, he's, maybe they think he's a Sunni spy or something, or got scared. I don't know. Just guessing. Allah does not forbid you from those who do not fight you because of religion and do not expel you from your homes. Both Yazid was a hypocrite, we are told. Yazid snatched the imamat, caliphate away unjustly. Both he's done from being righteous towards them, acting justly toward them. Indeed, Allah loves those who act justly. But Yazid fought, so sent his army. Allah only forbids you from those who fight you because of religion and expel you from your homes and aid in your expulsion. Now, forever is the curse of Allah on these people, according to the Shias, right? Yazid and his army. Those who paved the way and all this, the Umayyad, the pagan idol worshippers and all this. So now, how did Imam Hussein, let me see if there are any comments, if I've offended any Shias at this time on Ashura. No Shia is going to come here on Ashura day. Allah only forbids you from those who fight you. Hakam Sani Zahra तुम्हें फिर भी दुआ देती है. Whoever makes allies of them, then it is those who are the wrongdoers. God never said forgive them. These people who have expelled you and who fight you against your religion. So haq le liya na. Yazid ne haq le liya. Allah ka. These were the imams. They were supposed to guide us. And it's like a fight against these hypocrites. They even expelled, they made him leave his house because the Kufans were calling him, come, Ibn Ziyad there in Kufa was doing zulm on these people. So the Kufans had written letters to Imam Hussein to come. So he sent to Muslim ibn Aqil. But it is forbidden you from those who fight you because of religion and expel you. It is only forbidden you from those who fight you because of religion and expel you from your homes and aid in your expulsion, that you make allies of them. So, no, we are, no, wait a minute. So we are told that Imam Hussein, although Imam Hussein tried to appeal to them there in Karbala, Imam could do this. Only an Imam could. Even though and to show you that the other side was the hypocrite side, even they were praying five obligatory prayers. Expel you from your homes and aid in your expulsion. But that after they killed him, the grands, it's not only the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, but that he was the rightful heir of this religion to guide you and keep you on Siratul Mustaqim, on the right path. So Imam Hussein did his best, we are told. He didn't want to fight them. But it is like, here we could say it is recommended. Okay, if you fight them, it is a recommended thing, but it's not like jihad. Imam Hussein told us that it is recommended that if they come fighting you against your religion and expel you from your homes and aid in your expulsion, then you can you can fight them. If they only forbids you from those who fight you because of religion. Allah only forbids you from those who fight you because this English is so good that I'm sorry. It's like a tongue twister way it's written. Allah only forbids you from those who fight you because of religion. That you make allies of them. Oh, so you're not supposed to make friends of them. Yes, and you just disassociate yourself. That's it. That's what the Shias believe. Shias believe this. Then fight the leaders of disbelief. Fight. What have they done? Fight the. So I will be going slow here. Fight the leaders of disbelief. I think it's in Surah Tawbah, but still, just to see where it is given here. Yes, 12 ayat of victory comes to you from Allah. They will say, Hujurat, according to abuse Muslims, sinful, and to fight him. Okay, so it's Surah Tawbah ayat 12. Let's see if it is Surah Tawbah 12. But if they violate their oath of the attack your religion with disapproval, criticism, please can I have an easy ayat translation? And if they break their oaths after their treaty and defame your religion, then defame your religion. And if they break their oaths after their treaty, and defame your religion, then combat the leaders of disbelief. For indeed there are no oaths sacred to them. Fight them that they might cease. And if they break their oaths, fight them that they might cease. Do not kill them. Only fight them. No, we are the aggressors, right? No, they were the first aggressors. I still cannot understand these Surah Tawbah ayat. But even so, if they repent, establish. So forget the ayats, Shias. We'll go to Karbala and see Imam Hussein in action. No, no, my Nana did not say fight them and kill them. And if they break their oaths, there are a lot of conditions here. Defame your religion. They've broken the oath, defamed your religion, then combat the leaders. Combat meaning go into battle. I still am so dumb, I cannot understand this. Will you not fight against those who broke their pledges? No, I'm not going to fight unless they fight me. I was told that Imam Hussein gave his all. How can I fight them? Let's say if I was a man, will you not fight against those who broke their pledges and did all they could to drive the messenger away and initiated hostilities against you? Do you fear them? Surely Allah has greater right that you should fear Him if you are true believers. Okay, they broke their pledges. I'm now reading this ayat as a Shia. Did all they could to drive the messenger away and initiated hostilities against you. Hostilities. What kind of hostilities? Fight them. Allah will punish them by your hands and will disgrace them and give you victory over them and satisfy the breasts of a believing people. As a Shia man, I cannot fight them because Imam Hussein has told me not to fight them, not to be the initiator. Even hostilities, so many, some Sunnis hostilities against the Shias in Pakistan when we were living. I would still say, no, 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 don't fight the Sunnis. And remove the fury in their hearts, and Allah turns to forgiveness whom He wills. So, do you think that you will be left while Allah has not yet made evident those among you who strive and do not take other than Allah, His Messenger, and the believers as intimates? And Allah is fully aware of what you do. So, fighting, okay, just this verse, I just have come across it, and it is my thing to be very, even though I don't understand some things, for some things I will need a Quran expert. I hope I can trust you and you're honest. Do you think that you will be left as your intimate? So again, we go to Surah Juma against the Jews. Or you think you would be left while Allah made evident those who strive among you and not take besides Allah and not His Messenger and not the believers, intimates.
Walijatan.
Wali Jatan. Wali Jatan. So you can take His Messenger believers as Wali Jatan. It is not for the polytheists to maintain the mosques of Allah, witnessing against themselves with disbelief. We are told they used to be naked there. Those their deeds have become worthless, and in the fire they will abide. The mosques of Allah are only to be maintained by those who believe in Allah in the last day and establish prayer and give zakah and do not fear except Allah. For it is accepted that those will be of the rightly guided. Have you made the providing of water for the pilgrim and the maintenance? That's not what the Quran says. Maybe in another verse. But here the Quran verse says, this verse says, have you made the providing of water for the pilgrims and the main? Yazid went crazy. Yazid told Bibi Zainab in his darbar that I have taken revenge for my uh, great great grandfather whom you killed. Whom your, sorry, not you, but whom your grandfather killed in Badr. Badr, जंग बदर का मैंने वो लिया है क्या वो I have taken जंग बदर's revenge. Strives in the cause of Allah. They are not equal in sight of Allah, and Allah does not guide the wrongdoing people. This verse doesn't say that they were dancing or going around naked around the Masjid al-Haram. Here it says that it's not equal. There it says they were, you know, stopping those going to Masjid al-Haram. Who were they stopping? Atheists were there. Khadijatul Kubra, you don't know what her religion was. Khadija, Khadija bint, you know what her religion was? She was freely, there we are told now the women should go inside, uh, Prophet's women, in the houses. Surah Azab verse. Khadija bint Khuwailid. Can I figure this out here online? If you don't mind, it's getting quite boring for some people. It could. Khadija bint Khuwailid. Khuwailid. Sorry, not Khuwailid. What did she worship? Wikipedia, thank you. It is Wikipedia, right? Yes. This keeps popping up, but okay. I don't want to. Was first wife, yes. Uh, a leader of the Quraysh tribe in Makkah and a successful businesswoman in her own right. Khadija is often referred to by Muslims as mother of okay, by the Muslim, but what religion did she have? Khadija's mother, Fatima bin Zaida, was a member of the Amr ibn Luway clan of the Quraysh and a third cousin of Muhammad's mother. Khadija's father, Khuwailid ibn Asad, was a merchant and leader. Leader? According to some accounts, he died in. So I want to know about Khuwailid ibn Sacri- in, in the sacrilegious war. But according to others, he was still alive and Khadija married Muhammad in 59. What sacrilegious war was this? Fijar Wars between two major tribal confederations of Arabia, Quraysh and the Hawazin. Okay, this has nothing to do with Islam. Hope not. But according to others, he was still alive. Okay, and sister named Habib bint Asad. Profession Khadija was a very successful merchant. It is said that when the Quraysh trade caravans travels gathered to embark upon, Khadija was given many honorifics, including the pious one, the Princess of Quraysh, Amirat of Quraysh, and Khadija the Great. It is said that she fed and clothed the poor, assisted her relatives financially, and provided marriage portions for poor relations. Khadija was said to have neither believed in nor worshipped idols, okay, which was atypical for pre Islamic Arabian culture. So, see, no one touched her, never believed in nor worshipped idols. So, what did she worship in? Maybe nothing. We are not told what she did, but only that she did not worship idols. Sunni version we have here, and we have the Shia version. So this, okay, we're just told that she didn't worship idols. That's all. We're not told what she worshipped. One Allah or this. So you see, she was living peacefully, she was the princess, queen, princess of her time, princess of Quraysh, Amirat Quraysh. Maybe we have assumed that, she was a Muslim. Okay, Sunnis, you've really assumed, but about Abu Talib, you wouldn't assume such a thing, would you? This is targeting Sunnis, Muslims. Abu Talib, the father of Ali, Imam Ali, Sunni, look at this, Sunni point of view. You assume that Khadija bint Khuwailid, you assumed she was because she got married to Prophet Muhammad later on. Yes. So you have assumed that all her life she was like Allah, one Allah, one Allah. Maybe yes, one Allah was there, but I'll take what's the Sunni? But sorry, Prophet's uncle who took care and protected him, Muhammad, from the Umayyads, Quraysh, the Quraysh, this pagan idol worshippers. It is reported in Sunni Islam that the Quran, verse 28, Surah 28, verse 56, O Prophet, verily you guide not whom you like, but Allah guides whom He will. We know about this, Shias, we know. I mean, we Shias, when I was a Shia, I knew about this. Was revealed concerning Abu Talib's rejection of Islam at the hands of his nephew. In one account by the historian al-Madaini, one of the two men states, I wish that Abu Talib had embraced Islam, for the Apostle of God would have been delighted at that, but he was an unbeliever. Madaini. Sorry, you see, he took care and all this, and so for this, maybe this verse came out. We say that this verse came out for Aisha and Hafsa, that, O Prophet, well, you guide not whom you like, but Allah guides whom He wills. So, difference of opinion, I don't know. Right now, I'm in that state where my Shia conditioning is here. I'm very, very angry. And by the way, this anger does not mean that I'm going to kill any, or no way. Shias, will you? You know very well, I don't have to tell the Shias, they are more saber than I am. Much, much better than me. Some of them, I mean, can't even come up to their patience. They've lost what not, who not in Pakistan. Shia believed that Abu Talib was an upright supporter of Muhammad. In addition, when Muhammad married Khadija, Abu Talib recited the sermon of the marriage. So could this be terrible by a kafir? Then the marriage is gone. But since Muhammad I don't know what this Sunni Shia the thought. I could go into this, and I don't have the strength, neither the capability. English, even in Urdu, I was never an explainer or teacher. Tongue-tied. Shia claimed that Sunni scholars in recent centuries also support Shia arguments about Abu Talib. So, anyone who was with Prophet Muhammad, he's a Sahaba, don't say anything against them, don't say anything. There are some Muslims who say this also. Muslims, you could have lost your faith by not believing in Abu Talib being a believer. When you say about the Sahabas against the Shias and the al Mu'mineen, see, okay, you say Abu Talib never confessed faith from the mouth, so this verse had come out against him, that whom you like, but Allah guides whom you like. Surah Dhuha came out for that you shelter. Abu Talib was used to shelter. When you were an orphan, did we not shelter you? Who sheltered him after Abdul Muttalib, his grandfather, passed away? Muhammad, who sheltered? See this Surah Dhuha. Abu Talib took care of Prophet Muhammad. Now, are we having a fight? Am I bringing Shia Sunni thing in? No, it just came in. I'm not a cunning, conniving person, but whatever comes in, I just bring it out here. And by the night when it covers and all this, the Lord has not taken leave of you, Muhammad, nor has He detested you, and the hereafter is better for you. And your Lord is going to give you, and you will be satisfied. Did He not find you an orphan and give you refuge? Let's see what the Sunni Muslims say. That is footnote. That is, there can be no question forsaking you being displeased with you. Father passed away 3 months before his birth. The Prophet's father passed away 3 months before his birth, thus he was an orphan at birth. But Allah did not leave him without support, even for a day. Up to 6 years of age, his mother nourished and looked after him. After her death, his grandfather took him and brought him up, and with great love. He would proudly tell the people, my this son has a great future. When he died, his uncle Abu Talib became his guardian. Who became Bibi Maryam's guardian? Zachariah, we are told. Zachariah, Hazrat Zachariah. Oh my God, a person who has not professed is a kafir, died a kafir. Sunni, according to Sunni Muslim sources, Sunni Islamic sources. So today I've targeted even the saying Sunni Muslims, Sunni Muslims. So this goes on. You see, Abu Talib became his guardian. Do you want me to laugh? I'm acting. Oh my goodness. Abu Talib became his guardian. No, no, your only guardian is Allah. And treated him with such rare love that no father could treat his son better. So much so that when after his proclamation to be a prophet, the entire nation turned hostile. Entire nation turns hostile. Abu Talib alone stood firm as his chief supporter for as long as 10 years. and the Quraysh could not touch him, just adding, because they respected Abu Talib so much. Abu Talib even protected him from the Quraysh, pagan Arab idol worshipping leaders of that time. And you're saying, अरे डेथ बेड पे अबू तालिब ने कलमा नहीं पढ़ा, शहादा नहीं दिया, इसलिए मर गया, काफिर मर गया, काफिर मर गया, काफिर मर गया। 3 दफ़ा बोलो, 4 दफ़ा बोलो, 5वीं दफ़ा बोलो। तुम लोगों के बोलने से क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है? बोला नहीं, देखो किया क्या? Anyway, see, I could get into this massive, like, thing between the Sunni and the Shia. Let us now leave all this. Let us change our conscious. Too much. Heavy, heavy stuff. If you get into this, tawba, tawba, tawba. Shaitan, both ways coming. You see? So let us do some, what will we do? We will do, we can't do Jiddu Krishnamurti, but I would love to do Jiddu Krishnamurti. Now please empty yourselves, empty yourselves. Now me and my, what I learned, I'm giving you. So I went on a search because I was not satisfied. I needed to know where Allah came from, the word Allah, and why there was a W on top when the Quran ayats words don't, are it has to follow a specific rule, and there should be no mistake in the Quran because we are told it's a book that has no mistakes. And also to see that everything, everything like all-knowing Allah is told that be and it is. But he even mentioned, why does he mention from the green tree you be, kindle your own fire? So I want to know, I went like going near the green tree, looking at the green tree, like how would I do my research? Green tree has fire because it says in Surah Yasin. Surah Yasin verse 80. If you weren't here in my live stream earlier, um, I have to know these things. Origin, be and it is. Then I go to the Hindus, okay? Hindus have come to save you. Why do you worship idol? You see? Why not? Baba, Allah, you will miss the hakikat. Well, we worship the idols because we love God. We want God. You know these Hindus, you have them in the Himalayas. You have these monks, Buddhist monks, they stay away from all this city life and people. They isolate themselves. We don't want this. It's all nonsense, shaitan. Well, we say Rasulullah stayed practical, very practical religion, Islam. Gave us a balance between spirituality, deen and dunya, religion and the world, and all this. Okay, but these Hindus, some of them, so they don't care. But when the Hindus don't care and go for Allah alone, they've meditating and all this search, we say, no, this is wrong. They've kept themselves away in Himalayas like monks. Many, many things we can say against them. That what they've missed the hakikat, the true reality, Allah, the reality. Acha, they've missed the hakikat. And so, But why would you go into the Himalayas to burn into hell, according to Islam ayats and all this? Do you not know? Let me see any Hindu here. Hindus come. Why would you? And please leave your egos and conditioning behind. Make idols when you've been killed. Exodus. You've been killed uh, in where not by the Muslims. So what is this God of yours? Huh? What is this God that you make idols of? But please, I'm not going to say that kill yourselves or kill them. Wait, let me just see. I don't know what the green tree kindling fire is, but Agni, how come they know so much and we don't know anything much, right? So please leave that thing of what the Quran ayat say, kill and all this. They're conditions. You must, one Shia told me, you must read the context the ayat in context. Why can I not stop this habit, bad habit? It only spoils my health. You see, so I have to think this way. Even though saying prayers for many, many years make me a good person, we have a whole this thing. Anyways, we're out of. Please, no God. Just leave for a little while, God, and just take a deep breath and maybe better deep breath and relax. It's not the end of the world. It's not like God is going to, oh God, again, punish us. So, you see, if we cannot find Him inside, outside, how can we find Him? Would that not be unjust? Duality? What do we find here? Let alone the mind. So, what is this that is beyond the mind? See, I started with, I had to know the mind. I could not rely on the imams. I may have taken myself on the mountain like Nuh's disowned son. I'm not embarking upon although, yes, we are told Noah was an expert in weather, because he was, inspired, not what do you call that, weatherman. So there's no need to kill people. Is there God? ढूंढने से तो अल्लाह भी मिल जाता है ढूंढने वालों को, right? As they used to say in Pakistan, in Urdu. So I have to know this, the jar, the root cause. Oh, so you're going to tell me that the cause, okay, like in the Quran ayats, another thing for the Muslims is that the Quran ayat says that this is cause of every cause of cause, and He is without a cause. God is the source of all causes, right? Very good ayats we have there. So, Zahra, the calf, well, the fire, this was all a cause. If you take other Quran ayats which say that this is a cause and you're forgetting the creator, why are you forgetting the creator and you're going after these causes, right? So, why are you then? Philosophers, please help me. Simple words. Geniuses, but please make it very simple because I cannot understand hard words and all that. Cause the fire is the creation of Allah, and that this fire uh was also Shaitan, Iblis. He was made of nar. Do you want me to show you? There's a Quran ayat that he was made of the fire. He was of the jinni. He was not a angel, or maybe he was some other. God knows. See, confused. Maybe too many maybes. So what is the fire? Shaitan, Iblis, was angel? No, was made of fire. And this fire is nar. Quran ayat, please. Wikipedia says when God created Adam, ordered to create it from. See, it says here, and there's a Quran ayat. So I want the Quran ayat. Wikipedia, thank you, but I want the Quran ayat. Allah said, what has prevented you? This is the Quran ayat. Surah Araf. Created me from fire. See, and it says nar for fire. No, yes. Narin. Now the N is pronounced here. Narin, right? Oh, sorry. I keep sometimes keep forgetting to show you properly here. Surah Araf, verse 12. So what was Shaitan made of? Nar. Hmm. So you Muslims, philosophers, Muslim philosophers, अरे आयत है कुरान में कॉज ये सब कॉज है कॉज इफेक्ट चेन ऑफ Michael Bolton. Steel bars wrapped all around me. I've been your prisoner since the day you found me. And steel bars, chain reaction है जरा. Chain reaction hai. It is a chain reaction. These stupid idol worshippers, you know what they are doing? They are looking at the cause, the effect, the cause effect. बेचारे अल्लाह cause effect जाएंगे idols को बनाएंगे cause effect के पीछे जाएंगे idols को बनाएंगे और Quran is so great. One Allah who created everything, the best creator, originator, everything. He says, be and it is. Why go for causes and effects when we can go directly to the one creator? Praise him, right? There are our Quran verses are so great. Sorry if you not like my ways. I try my best to become good, brush up on my manners, discipline, and all this. And I read one dua from Imam Jafar Sadiq. No, from Imam Zain al Abidin. I think whole work on your good manners, right? Here it is. What akhlaqul? Oh, I never. I always akhlaq makar. Ma, no, do not say makaramul. Makara. I always forget to pronounce. Once I learned makaramul akhlaq dua. I know I'm wrong, but I will just correct myself because this will correct me. Google search makarim makarim akhlaq. Imam Sajjad. This dua has been taught by Imam Sajjad. I'm right, thank God. This time I'm not to make a mistake. And it's a clear indication of the loftiness of moral virtues expected of a believer. Islam believes in the elevation of human beings, that the human is a great and dignified creation far above the animal world. Sometimes I wish I was an animal, you know. And in Surah Nahl, Goddess say He inspired the bees. Please inspire me. I not want to do any action on my own. Free will. Free will curse on men, people. One of the signs of this dignity is the possession of noble and magnanimous qualities. You see all this? And this whole work, I'm coming here, taken as a lesson in akhlaq. The dua is a wonderful program for those who wish to excel in good manners. I do whole program because my religion give me Imam Sajjad now in Karbala. हाय हाय नाना मैं शाम चली सर नंगे और सर आम चले. How many days given to Imam Sajjad? One night, one day, and they have to move from Karbala, heading for Kufa, Ibn Yazid, Ibn Ziyad's Darbar. सैयद सज्जाद है और जुल्म की जंजीर है. सर उठा के राह में मौला नहीं चलते हो क्यों. सामने क्या सर बरहना ज़ैनबे दिलगीर है. They are stopping me. I have a force here. It will be too difficult for me to go on. Employ me in that about which you will ask me tomorrow, and let me pass my days in that for which you have has created me. Free me from need and expand your provision toward me. This whole program of good manners. You see, we have in Shia Dua book. Then where was I now? So I have to, you know what, I had to leave here, all this programming. Imam Sajjad, So where was I? Calf. Oh, cause and effect, yes. Cause and effect. Huh. I'm not a crying. Maybe inside I'm very, very sad, yes. Yes, yes, I'm crying inside. So, so you say that the idol worshippers misguided, but it's not the intention of the heart the most important. To reach God, to reach your very souls, right? Wait a minute. I was going to take you to Surah Azab because there Prophet Muhammad is told that he made a mistake, but it's his heart, unintentional. So it's the heart that is important, what your intention is, right? But what I remember now, where I was going, I forgot. I remember another ayat and now I forgot it. So intention, back to Surah Azab to show you cause, cause and effect. You see cause and effect. Why are they worshipping the effect and the cause, the effect? Will they not be lost, right? And follow that which is revealed. So Allah has not made a man two hearts in his interior. Call them by the in which you erred. Here it is 5 verse 5, I keep forgetting. Call them by the names. This is Surah Azab, right? Call them by the names of their fathers. But what is important here is that, and there is no blame upon you for that in which you have erred, but only for what your hearts intended. So let's say you make a niyat that I will worship this, devoted to one object here that I will make, and I will see him as God here, right? It is the cause, the kaf. Let's take the kaf. So the Samiri calf, worship calf, take him as God, right? You say from the Quran ayats that I have taken the effect. Let's say I'm the Samiri, right? I've taken the cause, effect, and not looked upon what Allah is, because in Islam it is said that Allah tell us that Allah is the only reality. Oh yes, so I'm going to reach their very souls. Why do you not reach? Speak to them in ways that reach their very souls. Surah Nisa. How can you reach our very souls? Those men, Allah knows what is in their hearts, so keep clear of them, but admonish them and speak to them a word to reach their very souls. Surah Nisa ayat. What a number is this ayat? It is not given here. 60. Oh, it is given here. Sorry, I forgot. In the corner, your right hand. Can you see 63? So we'll go to Surah. Uh, this is the different than Quran.com. This is a Sunni site. Those are the ones of whom Allah knows what is in their hearts. So turn away from them, but admonish them and speak to them a far-reaching word. Far-reaching word. It doesn't say that will reach their very souls. But some translations got me. Yes, you see, Abdullah Yusuf Ali's translation, I thought, okay, read. If only you tried a little harder to reach your souls, reach the inner selves. Let me see, Quran, I'll have to, it doesn't play here. Yes, Anfusihim. Souls. How will you reach your souls when the souls are prone to evil? Huh? You try so hard, we go back to worshipping causes rather than this reality. Allah, the only one reality. Haq. You see, soul is here. It is not the spirit even. What? Wait a minute. Exhorted them and say for them in themselves. Say, eloquent. I think I need to go to Quran.com. So just remember this ayah number 63. Surah Nisa, Surah Nisa 63. How will you tell me my soul? Because it was Samir 63. Samiri's soul suggested to him. Now how will you speak to my soul when God is saying here? It is their hearts. What? Those are the ones of whom Allah knows what is in their hearts. Okay. So turn away from them and admonish them and speak to them of far reaching, effective, penetrating. Their souls, the very, if only you tried a little harder to reach your soul. With you I never. What was that song? By Breathe or by Paul Jans? I could never tell what lay within my heart. With you, hold me one more time. Hold me while we dance together. Oh, if only I try. Reach your souls. Reach your soul. Breathe. Song. Sorry, I can't remember the title. I don't mean to let your soul breathe. No, no. With you, I could never see. With by breathe. Maybe it is by Paul Jans. Okay, sorry, trying to find the singer here. No copyrights infringement. So this song, you see now, come back. Sorry, I can't find it. It's going to take some time. So it was a song I was singing. Back to Surah Nisa, ayat 63. Let me just continue with this, right? Those men, Allah knows what is in their hearts. Who are those men? How then, when they are seized by misfortune because of the deeds which they hands have sent forth, which their hands have sent forth actually. They hands, their hands have sent forth, right? And then there come to these swearing by Allah, we may know more than goodwill and conciliation. Who are these people? Hypocrites. In their hearts is a disease. So you see, uh, so what's happened? These hypocrites, and when it is said to them, come to what Allah has revealed and to the messenger, you see the hypocrites turning away from you in aversion. You know why today I turned away? Well, I turned away from Prophet Muhammad, and so how will it be when disaster strikes them because of what their hands have put forth? And then they come to you swearing by Allah. We intended nothing but good conduct and accommodation. See, if I say now peace and reconciliation, you Muslims are going to say you are a hypocrite. ISIS would rather come and behead me today. ISIS is following this way. Come Al Qaeda, come ISIS. You see? How will you believe me? Because it's like written on the, it's written, it's the command of Allah. You are brainwashed, thinking that no one is good. No, all the rest are hypocrites. Those are the ones of whom Allah knows what is in their hearts. So turn away from them, but admonish them and speak to them a far reaching word. Even for the hypocrites here in this ISIS, before you behead me, speak, speak to me, that it reach my very soul. Right? Speak to me so it reach my very soul. Please. Speak. Come. But will it? Samiri, we are told that his soul suggested to him. How can we get to men that to reach their soul? Huh? And we did not send any messenger except to be obeyed by the permission of Allah. And if then they wronged themselves, they had come to you and asked forgiveness of Allah and the messenger, and the messenger had asked forgiveness for them, they would have found Allah accepting of repentance and merciful. Another point, I've already done this, right? You want to see? Surah Fat ayat about the Baduans. Don't let me break down your crying. For those of whom you have killed, being Muslims. Do you see this? What does this ayat say? You see, this ayat is talking about hypocrites, very bad hypocrites, who come and they say, no, we want goodwill and conciliation. We don't want to fight. You know, and those are the ones to whom Allah knows what is in the hearts. It's talking about the hypocrites. You read the whole ayats up and down. So turn away from them, but admonish them, speak to them a far-reaching word. Can I have speak to them a word to reach their very souls? Yusuf Ali, I choose translation because it is written here. What is written here? I have to take my Anfusihim means nafs, their souls. Right? Now, I got this Quran ayat. Now, I'll tell you it's where it started. It was building up as a Shia. Here it says, speak to them so that you can reach the very souls. Right? But Moses was there, present, you would say, right? When Samiri so suggested, take the calf as God. Songs by Breathe. Sorry, I'm doing multitasking and I'm very, very bad at it. Hands to Heaven. This is the song I was oops. Uh, let me see if I can find the lyrics here. You see? So we take, I have to take the Breathe lyrics. Let's raise our hands to heaven and pray that someday you come back. So the lyrics are not here. Hands to Heaven by Breathe song. So speak to them to reach the very souls. So today we're going to use Breathe song. So raise your hands to heaven and pray that we'll be back together someday. Yes? Breathe. It's a song by Breathe. If only I tried a little harder to reach your soul. What does it say? Or did I just misconstrue, mishear the words as I what you leave done? So you see, maybe I've made a mistake here. Let me see. I did read the song properly. I can't believe this pain. It's driving me insane. Life will be lonely. So raise your hands to heaven and pray that we'll be back together someday. Um, I need relieve my sadness, my restlessness as I watch you move. Tomorrow I must leave. The dawn knows no reprieve. God give me strength when I'm leaving. So raise your hands to heaven and pray that we'll be back together someday. With you, I never. No, maybe it's another raise your hands to heaven to reach your very soul. Now, as we move, can't believe the pain's having will be so lonely together someday. So this is a kind of where have I gone wrong here? Where did I make the mistake? If only I tried a little harder to reach your, no, maybe this hands to heaven, to reach your soul. Maybe it was another song. Let me see. If only I tried a little harder. Again, can't find it. What have I done wrong? Songs by Breathe. So, no, I thought it was in this song. I can't find it. If only I tried a little harder to reach your soul. With you, I could never say what lay within my heart. With you, there was always something keeping us apart. Hold me one more time. Yes, it is the song, Hands to Heaven. But in the lyrics, I can't find it. Anyhow, this part, to reach your very souls. So I felt this is Islam. This reaching your very souls, leaving you alone, idol worshippers, reaching your very souls. I'm not the one saying, yes, my God here when I was a Shia says, kill yourselves. It's a big tragedy, really. So 2 hours. Let me just keep this live stream so short that you will enjoy it, right? I'm working it out. It might take 3 hours, it might take 4 hours, it might take 5 hours. So I will take a break now because 2 hours of class, someone else lecturing me, I would go insane without tea, without a break. I think we need a 15 minutes break, 20 minutes. Let's see how long it takes me. Since I'm the one talking and the person listening gets very restless and it gets very boring for them. So sorry, I stretched it. I guess I love talking and searching myself. It's quite a thing. Adventure. 2 hours, 37 minutes. Okay, I will take a break. I don't realize how terrible I am that you people need a break. Thank you very much. I will come back later on this, hopefully. Let's see when I'm able to do so.